All right, welcome. We are going to look at polynomial arithmetic, and this time our operation is division. So we're going to divide a polynomial by a polynomial. Of course, division can be written as a fraction. The fraction bar is a division symbol. So here's a polynomial divided by another polynomial. And before we start, just like when we were adding or subtracting or multiplying, we compared that to what we do when we have base 10 numbers. So for example, if we said, 289 divided by 17, we could write it as a fraction, or we could write it as 289 divided by 17. Notice the division symbol is just a little fraction. It's a little symbol that looks like a fraction, right? Fraction bar, something above, something below, right? So these are equivalent expressions. We can also write this with another symbol. We can write this expression as 289 divided by 17. We use this symbol right here. That's our division symbol, and it's set up like you know, so we can put our place values in columns. And what we do is we ask ourselves, how many 17s fit into 2? Well, 17 is larger than 2, so there are no 17s that fit into 2. So we go to the next place value, and we look at that. There are 28 10s. How many 17s fit into 28? Well, 1 does, because 1 17 is 17, but 2 17s is 34, which is too much. So we have enough room to put 1 17 here. 1 times 17 is 17, and we're going to take that away to see what we have left to account for. So 8 minus 7 is 1, 2 minus 1 is 1. And then we drop down our 9 in the ones place. So what this shows us is that we have accounted for 1/10, right? This is the tens place. 1/10 of 17. 10 times 17 is 170. We could write that 0 there, right? This is 1 times the tens place times 17. All right? So we've accounted for that much. Now, when we subtract, we get 119. That's what's left. We need to know how many 17s fit into 119. What I would do is estimate. So this is a little less than 20. 20 would fit into 126 times. So maybe I'll try a 6. See what happens. 6 times 17. 6 times 7 is 42. 6 times 1 is 6, plus 4 is 102. If I were to subtract that, I would get 9 minus 2 is 7, 1 minus 0 is 1, 1 minus 1 is 0. Oh, I have a whole 17 left. So that means that I didn't need to put a 6 here, I needed to put one more. So I'll put a 7 there instead. Back up. 7 times 7 is 49. 7 times 1 is 7, plus that 4 is 11. When we subtract, those cancel. We have nothing left over. So 289 divided by 17 is 17. Okay, fair enough. So this is the process we go through. We ask ourselves how many of this fits into each of these. We're going to do exactly the same process with the polynomial now. All right? So 17 equals 289 divided by 17. Let's see what happens here. We're going to put our numerator, x squared plus 6x plus 9, under the division symbol, just like we did there. Remember, this one was 289 divided by 17. Okay, so we put 289 under, now we're putting this polynomial under, and outside what we're dividing by goes here, that's our denominator, x plus 3. Now, how many x's, what do we have to multiply this x by to get x squared? That's our question. Just like, what do we have to multiply 17 by to get this 2? Well, we couldn't, right? That had to be a 0, so then we looked to the next place value. If we multiply by x squared, we'll get x squared times x is x cubed. That's not okay. We don't have any x cubes. Okay, so we move to the next place value, and we say how many x's times x will give us x squared? Well, just 1. X times x. X times x is x squared. Okay, now, whatever we put there, we multiply it by this number, and that goes here. So, x times 3 is 3x. X times x is x squared. And this amount is what we have to take away, just like we had to take away the 10 170s there. This was x times x plus 3. Just like that was 1 times 10 times 17. Okay, so when we subtract, we get 9 minus 0 is 9. 6x's minus 3x's is 3x's. And x squared minus x squared is 0, right? So that was the whole point. We wanted that first thing to cancel off. We want that monomial gone, okay? So we have now 0x squareds. This is what's left. And just like here, we said, well, how many 17s would fit in 119? I have to ask myself, how many x plus 3's fit into 3x plus 9? Well, some number times x has to give me 3x. That number has to be 3. So 3 times x plus 3 is going to be 3 times 3 is 9. 3 times x is 3x. And that amount I take off. Just like what happened over here, I have exactly the same binomial, so I'm going to take 9 away from 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. 3x minus 3x is 0. I get no remainder, which means this expression, x plus 3, equals that fraction. When we divide x squared plus 6x plus 9 by x plus 3, we get x plus 3. Now, you can confirm that, just like you could confirm this, by multiplying. Does 17 times 17 give you 289? Yes. Does x plus 3 times x plus 3 actually give you that numerator? Well, x times x is x squared, plus x times 3 is 3x, plus 3 times x is 3x, plus 3 times 3 is 9. If you combine these two terms, that gives you the 6x. So we know that we got the right solution.